So the story of Jeremy, he grew up in a house that experienced domestic violence. His father was abusive to his mother, and him and his brother also received some physical violence. So from a very early age, Jeremy, is that the name we're going with? At the age of 12, he ran away from home. He found comfort at a friend's place, so he stayed with a friend for a little bit, but over time he outstayed his welcome. He was a bit rebellious, and he was getting heavy into marijuana and alcohol at the age of 12. So he found himself homeless. He was living on the streets at the age of 13. And yeah, like living under bridges, not going to school, stealing, breaking into houses to kind of pay for his substance use. So he used substances like cocaine and meth, so some pretty severe drugs at a fairly early age. And while he was living on the streets, he fell in love with someone else who was living on the streets, and he actually became a father at the age of 18. But because he didn't have a job, he didn't have a home, this child was taken into Child and Family Services, so they were adopted into, so the child was actually taken away from them. And then so Jeremy, kind of his life spiraled out of control for a few years after that, but at the age of 23, he decided that he was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and he wanted his life to change. He didn't want to continue that life he was living, so he came to the Calgary Dream Center. He came to us about a year ago, and so Jeremy has been clean of all substances for 1 whole year, and he's actually been able to get contact back with his daughter. So he hadn't seen his daughter for about 4 years, but because of this program and I kind of supported him with Child and Family Services, he was able to have small contact at the beginning with his daughter, an hour a week kind of thing, supervised. And he's working towards, he thinks by the end of this year, he'll be able to have full custody of his daughter that he never had before. So, yeah, it was quite amazing, and the steps that he's taken, and things with his family are still rocky, but he's no longer kind of blames his family or has anger towards his family. He actually wants to work at repairing his relationships and strengthening his family. So he just realized that he had control over some things in his life, and he could repair those relationships. So rather than being angry at the world, he looked at how he can change some of those things. So that's the story of Jeremy.